Good morning, good day, good afternoon, good evening. No matter where you are on this beautiful planet or in the universe, I send out my big heart vibes and love to you on this beautiful day. It is an early Sunday morning here. I think it's Sunday. I don't know. I think it's the 27th too. I'm not even sure if everyone's awake yet here in my city. I doubt it because it snowed again last night, and I've got some exciting news for you that I was gonna hop on Christmas Day, but you know what? I was just doing some self-care. And oh, hi, Sonia from the Netherlands. I was doing a lot of self-care on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day, I guess you would call it. Um, I don't normally celebrate those days, but man, I slept. I slept and I did a lot of meditation or um, silence, and I did a lot of, I went out walking. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm such a nerd. I gotta tell you, first of all, I'm wearing one of my favorite painting shirts. Uh, Marika, is that how you say your name? I hope I said it right. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Kelly. Good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, Samantha. Yeah, so I slept and I just literally vegged out. I made myself after I talked to you on, I guess it would have been Friday morning, which was Christmas Day. I made a beautiful breakfast, brunch for myself, and then I fell asleep. I pinched my back a little bit, and that's your body telling you to slow down. So I rested. I literally rested. Oh, you're on the Gold Coast. Yay, Claudia. And it's beautiful. Oh, thank you. It's not done yet. It's 1 a.m. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, we all felt spent. Oh, man, did I ever. I was like, I just felt. So I didn't feel blah in my head. I felt uh, it was weird. Not weird. Why I keep saying weird. It was interesting because I had a lot of understanding come to me, and I had quite a few good conversations with a few of my friends just through text, and they were very small phrases, but they kind of sparked a lot more of an understanding about even um, the vibration and frequency that I've been giving out. So it was interesting, and everybody is getting that. Like, so if you're putting out a certain frequency and it's getting heard, the veil is thin, so all is known. So I'm enjoying that part. Let's just so my fun, exciting thing. This is how much of a dork I am. So, as you all know, in Sweden and Netherlands, you'll know it's cold. I know I've been to the Netherlands. I froze there in July. Like it's windy and cold. And so a few years ago, quite a few years ago, I'm going to go with maybe 2006, I bought a pair of snowboarding pants at Panorama. I think that's where I was. And they were like super awesome pants. Yeah, maybe it was 2005. I don't know. Anyways, I bought these pants, these Burton pants, and normally I don't buy name brand stuff, but these snowboarding pants were such a wicked deal and they were the last pair of their men's pants, and I prefer wearing men's boarding pants to women's. I don't know why. It's just maybe it's the styles. I don't like the colors and whatever. Anyways, I bought this pair of men's snowboarding pants and I lent them to my son, my youngest son. Okay, so I'm 5'9", and a half, almost 5'10", somewhere in there. I'm 175 centimeters, okay? My youngest son, I lent them to him because he was like 14 at the time and he was going boarding, maybe 15. And then I got them back for a few years. But guess what? He gave me back last night. He's had in his closet. I'm like, oh, shut, because I got my boarding pants. I'm so excited. So, aren't these cool boarding pants? He hasn't even worn them. So, oh, you're just a shrimp on the Barbie, Wendy. You're 5 feet. That's cute. I like it. So, yeah, I just I'm really excited. So now, because these are like putting on a really good pair of like I only have to wear one pair of pants underneath, and now I can go walking. And these kind of match all the jackets I have. That's why I was even more excited because I lost this really awesome pair of white, they're cream colored pants. And I thought, well, they just got dirty on the cuffs. They were constantly filthy. And I think I gave them to someone. I thought I gave them to Amelia, but she didn't have them. So since then, I've gone to the Goodwill and bought two of the ugliest pairs of pants just to put over top to break the wind. The last ones I bought were a size 18 and I like had to cinch them. I'm talking cinch them. They look like a diaper on the top. I was all doing a happy dance last night. Hi from Holland. Yes, 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 exactly. Newfie sense of humor. I like that newfie sense of humor. So, anyways, that's what I was pretty happy about. I really haven't done anything except for be all grateful about my snowboarding pants. And I made those muffins I made on Christmas morning and put them downstairs within 3 hours. I think they were almost all gone. There was three sitting on the table later that night. And this is the funny part of the story. So everybody knows my son lives in the same apartment building as I do. And now he's 6'5.5". That's why it's funny he even had those snowboarding pants. Like I don't know what purpose he had them other than they were mommy's pants. He didn't want to throw them away. Anyways, but um, yes. So when my son and his girlfriend came back from her family's get together, she's Mexican. Well, her family's Mexican, so they celebrate on the 24th and not Christmas Day. So he spent the night on the 24th and then they came over on Christmas Day, come home. And she's like, "Oh, isn't that so nice? Somebody baked goodies for the apartment." And my kid goes, "I 100% guarantee you that was my mother." Because those look like her. Right. So I thought that was pretty hysterical. So when he came up for a visit, because I wasn't feeling good on Sunday, or on Christmas Day, I told him not to come over. So um, yeah, I spent Christmas alone. Whatever. And I'm okay with that. Like most people would have been so disheartened. I think I was like, ugh. To me, like my back was all disjointed and I just felt discombobulated and I knew I was getting some downloads of stuff that was coming through. So I actually had an amazing 3 days of just really peace and high frequency, and that I didn't really pay any mind to anything that was going on for even like I've been banned now. Okay, so I've got two warnings on Crackbook. One, I'm banned for 60 days from doing live videos because they found a post from April 30th said HITLER on it, something. It had some, anyways, it went against their community standards. And then about a week ago, I shared a video of some UFOs, and it was in a thread. I never thought anything of it. And I got that uh, banned and taken down because where did I put it? I was laughing because it said it was against a security breach. So you don't want people to see what's going on the planet for reals. So, anyways, and oh, good. I'm not saying oh good to your ticket, Avalon, but Raven, I got a radar ticket. Can't afford it. How can I avoid it? By sending a written statement, family by court, by using common law in Canada. Now, what most people do as soon as you get that ticket, you take a photocopy picture of it. you write on it, not guilty. I do not consent or comply to enter into any contract of any description as I abide by common law jurisdiction. And this is do no harm, and put hashtag do no harm on it. I would, and take a picture of that and send it back. And yeah, so that's what I would do personally. Now, I do have a story based on that, actually. Now, Ryan, my really good warrior brother, Ryan Audette, who was helping, he's been at, I think, every single freedom walk for freedom since it started. So we've been to, I think, probably 8 together, maybe 7 together, because there was a period of time where I couldn't stand the vibrations there. They weren't for me. So I didn't go for a little while. And then I went to the last 4 before this yesterday. I didn't go, I didn't even know there was one, but I don't plan on going to any more anyways. So it doesn't matter. Because the last one was so awesome. The one on the 20, what was it? The 20, it would have been the 19th. That was probably one of the best freedom rallies. So Ryan, what happened with him? He's the one that got a ticket, one of the very first tickets, the Saturday previous, when the Calgary Police Service was handing out all the tickets for social gathering. Okay, so he got that ticket, and he's getting help fighting that one. He got a second ticket. He was walking away dressed as Santa from that Freedom Rally. I'll call it Freedom Rally 11. And he was walking away from that. And he got pulled over by 2 policemen. They followed him, and he swore asked the police officers to abide by common law jurisdiction, and he bound them to their oath. And they're like, yeah, that's fine. We're still writing you a ticket. And they put him in handcuffs. Handcuffs. So what the police officers actually did, those 2 police officers, when it goes to court, and Ryan has a copy of the video, is when it goes to court, it will be beyond belief. First of all, those tickets aren't going to hold up in a court of law, but I'm going to actually try and get Ryan on my show, and we'll talk about that. Plus, I want him to play his beautiful song he wrote called Violet Flame. I hope I don't screw the name of it up. You can see that on the City of Lights YouTube channel. I think it's called City of Lights, and I'll have to look. Anyways, so Ryan and I had a chat about that. So what the 2 officers did when they put him in handcuffs, firstly, and I said, I'm a peaceful living being, and I'm, just, I have a right to travel. I don't know if he said the word travel, but what they did, and he said, I do not consent or comply to enter into any contract with you. He did say all the right things. However, those police officers were only after one thing, and that was given a written fine for traveling in their shipping lanes. So they were following the A and the W of the law, not the letter of the L, which is what Ryan was using. And all 3 are human rights. Well, the first one is our human rights, and the other 2 are just to get money for governments. So what's probably going to happen now is Ryan has every right under the law to go to court and tell those 2 armed agents of that corporation that they unlawfully trespassed against him and were trying to abduct him. So that's what happened to my friend Tommy. If you say, I don't understand, which Ryan said, I don't understand your laws, I don't understand what you're telling me. Okay. So if the police officers actually do that and they take you away, they are acting like as kidnappers. They're kidnapping you, period. End of story. Because they have guns, you do not. Okay? They are acting as armed agents of a corporation, and you're not doing anything wrong. You're just acting as a peaceful living being. So when that goes to court, make sure, well, I'm going with Ryan anyways. I'm like, I'll go with you, and I'm sure Amelia will too. And there's common law. I've got a lady's number in my phone. I'm going to text, and she's a common law lawyer, and she knows about it. So there's ways that actually Ryan and Tommy have grounds to sue the city for acting under, they had both of those victims under duress in handcuffs. There was no need for handcuffs. So Tommy doesn't even have a ticket, but Ryan got two. So Ryan already wrote on the back of them, not guilty, and mailed them in. That was the lawyer told them to do that right away. So take a picture of that. So City of Light, thank you. Violet Flame, amazing video. Thank you. Thank you, Samantha. I knew you would help me. Warren from March Across Canada was there. He's working with Ottawa to support veterans and other things. Yay. So yeah, lots of tickets were given out yesterday. It was really interesting. So here's my whole theory on the tickets, you guys, okay? I don't think one of these tickets is going to stand up in a court of law, number one. Because I think one of the reasons why mask tickets haven't been given out on the whole is because they cannot clog up the courtroom right now. And I'll just give you an example of why I think this is happening, okay? So in Calgary, our city over the last probably 5 years went through a different court system with low income people. And not a lot of people saw what happened, but I did. So it had to do with transit tickets. And when you ride the city transit here without a ticket, you get a $300 fine. 300 bucks. So most of the people who were getting tickets were very low income. They didn't have any money or anything. So what happened was the courts were jammed up with people who literally had warrants out for the rest for $300 tickets. I'm not joking. It was bullshit. So what the courts did was they're like, this is stupid because it's costing so much money. So they took some of that money and they resubsidized so people could have low income bus passes. So you can get a low income bus pass now if you apply with the city for $5 a month versus $140. So it took out that $300 thing. Okay. The whole point with these tickets that are going out now, these big, really expensive tickets, my thinking is to show everyone how us freedom fighters have stood up for the police and funding the police for the last 9 months in our city. At every march, I have almost pictures of almost every rally with me beside a city police officer not wearing a mask. Okay? Almost everyone in the summer. I was down at 17th, down here, there was police there. We're supporting them. Why I think we as freedom fighters are getting the tickets, okay, is to wake people up to the corruption. So CPS themselves know they're being total losers by giving these tickets. I know you guys are shameful in yourselves in your jobs. I know that because one of them bawled like a baby in the city hall after he handcuffed somebody. Bawled like a frickin' baby, okay? So these police officers don't want to do this, but they're being tasked to do this because Calgary is one of the biggest, it's one of the biggest cities in Canada for population, but it's also one of the biggest cities of light workers in the world. I don't care what anybody says. I know that. I can feel it. And everyone who comes out in the light working thing knows they can feel it too. That's why we get like up to 2,000 people at our rallies. Okay. So my theory is this is waking up others. So one of my friends, Misty, went to the rally yesterday, got it on live video. A lady was saying, you know, they're having a conversation about common law jurisdiction, blah, blah, blah. And you have no right to do this. The CPS can't even explain. They can't even explain the ticket they're giving. I've never heard one police officer say anything other than, I'm giving you a ticket under the Alberta Health Act of not social gathering. They don't know why they're giving the ticket. So that's how it's going to be thrown out. So these police officers are not trained in this new bylaw, number one. A bylaw is for a mandate for a corporation. A mandate is for a corporation. It's not for living beings, period. End of story. That goes back to the A and the W of the law. Okay? They can't give us a ticket if we're doing our 10 commandments, do no harm. We're not doing anything wrong. So that's what the courts, I believe, are changing through in the states right now, because the L is our constitutional law. So draining the swamp includes our own. So these tickets are a show of militant force in Canada to wake up the sleeping people going, wait a second, Misty was down at City Hall and then she went to Chinook Mall. And that place was filled with Boxing Day shoppers. They're all social. What's the difference between shopping for clothes on a 10%, 25% day off sale or standing up for your freedoms? What's the difference? How is one going to get more germs than the other? It's BS. And if people can't see the hypocrisy in that alone, then they're still sleeping. They don't want to wake up. They want to stay in fear. So my whole belief with this mentality, with this police and that hockey, the reason why that hockey person was taken down, that hockey person in specifically is part of a hockey hero family. Do you know how many people are like, what the heck? He was just skating outside in the fresh air. Waking people up. Okay, so everybody is waking up now to all this crap. So the easiest way to do it for me, I see, is for them to start giving tickets to people who are doing no harm, literally skating on the ice, standing up for the freedoms. Well, why are they giving freedom fighter tickets and not the ice skaters across the street? You know, so there's a number of things to do that people are waking up. Why are Boxing Day sales open, but you can't have Christmas with your relatives? So let's go to the mall on Boxing Day and eat turkey sandwiches while we're all 10 feet or 6 feet social distance. You know, why don't we all go skating instead of going to a freedom rally? Like, it's honestly, if people aren't seeing where this hypocrisy is coming in or how ridiculous things are being, the Italian kiwi was my favorite. So if you haven't seen the Italian kiwi fruit getting tested, you're missing out. It's hilarious. I didn't even speak Italian. I'm like, oh, this is funny as hell. So, yes, it does seem to let us stand up for our rights. That's exactly right, Seiji. Yes. So it is waking us up. Like, if you haven't done an understanding of who you are as a person and standing up for your own boundaries and freedoms and all that crap, it's going to get bumpy, kids. It's going to get bumpy. So we have we have to not get tricked. Yeah. We don't have a name. Like, they call me Raven. Is that your real name? Nope, I ain't telling you my straw man name. Are you kidding me? That's exactly what I say to the police. I said, I don't have to. I'm just traveling. I don't need to be trespassed against. That's my thoughts, my ideas, my children, my shopping cart, my anything. My cup of coffee. Still haven't finished today. It was just 24:24. So, what shopping thing? I'm just reading. Oh yeah, I think Wendy's talking about how like they've closed out. You can't buy Christmas decorations and long underwear and all this crap. Like, that shopping thing. You can't buy certain items, but you can. but that's okay. No, 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 that's all good. Yeah, not allowed with the family, but can go shopping. That's what she's saying. So, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And if people aren't seeing that our old folks are just so lonely, so lonely, so lonely. So I just, yeah, anyways. Um, a guy in Africa phoned me and it started snowing outside. Wow, that's awesome. I think what we're gonna go see, we're actually gonna see is a lot of the opposite of what they told us. It's not global warming. It is not going to be global warming. I don't think so. I thought that for a while, but all I saw was destruction of companies onto waterways. And I'll give you an example. In Moose Lake, Alberta, I had all my family and friends up there. I do have family and friends up there. So in Moose Lake, Alberta, which is close to Cold Lake, Alberta, where there's a lot of DUMBSs, um, they have done like Bonneville area has been heavy in oil and like it's all around the Fort McMurray patch, all of that stuff. So they use a lot of the water, like back in the 80s when I lived on the lake. Our house was literally on the lake. It was the beach was right there and the water was right there. And if you stood on a certain part of our patio, you couldn't even see the beach. All you saw was water, the dock and water. That's it. That's how close it was. It is not like that anymore. The fish started dying a long time ago. Even when I was there, there was white fish floating, and I was the water wasn't something I would ever drink, and it wasn't as clear. It was clear at the beginning, but now that is not the same lake. They've used that lake for fracking, and one could have said, "Oh yeah, it's from this and that." No, 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 it's from like commercial uses, and that's what's happened to our planet in a lot of areas. So, a lot of the bills that have been passed in Canada that I'm aware of have released water rights and freedoms to corporations without any reservations or fines. So, I've been a huge supporter of the water in not only Canada but worldwide. If you haven't watched World Water Wars, watch that. So what's happening, I think, is through these solar flares and flashes, our Earth is going to be actually getting more cold. And because light is when we get the shivers, like ooh, goosebumps, that's integration with light body self, I think. So it's a truthful way. I'm getting them right now all over my body. So our bodies in our biological entity are going to be getting, I think, more adapted to the cold. So as we progress through time in the next few years, I'm not saying it's going to be totally desolate on the earth and then we're all going to be getting snow. That's not what I'm going to say. But we will be getting to a point where it's going to be a good thing we have food replicators. Like I was saying, like the Jetsons, just put in the thing and there it is. Because maybe our world won't be able to sustain the four seasons like we're used to here in Canada for growing food. So, or year round, where in other places. So, yeah, you think a mini ice age is coming for sure. Yep. Yes, the environment has been cured. I think we're going to see a lot of things that a lot of people didn't know what was going on in the background for 4 years. And I'll give you the Clean Oceans Act. That was one of the first bills signed 4 years ago, the first executive order. Do you not think that in 4 years there's been tremendous, tremendous, tremendous improvement on cleaning up the ocean through that environmental act? And billions of dollars, I can guarantee you, has gone into that ocean cleanup. So I know we're going to be seeing a lot more of all that doom and gloom we were seeing all the time, where it was like islands of floating garbage. I think that personally is getting all cleaned up behind the scenes, and we don't see that right now. There are a lot of people working worldwide that, or machines, that we are not seeing? How do you know that in the middle of the ocean there isn't some ginormous, friggin' huge garbage plastic cleanup thing? You have no clue. Maybe the aliens even put it there. Maybe it came up from underneath. Who knows? So I think um, we're going to see a lot more changes. So maybe I shouldn't be doing this ice age paint. So yeah, anyways, I think that's where we're at. But yes, hello. Yeah, always have a bath. Like I've been telling my friends, if you can have a hot bath or a shower to transmute some of this energy, I read my telegram in the bathtub and nasty notes. Like, I guess there's been a lot of people bashing me for about 3 weeks on in some Facebook groups. I had no clue. Like, I thought it was, I don't know. I knew there was people talking shit, but no clue. I didn't care, and I still don't care. But that energy, that vibration, say, for example, think of it like there's a volcano of negative energy over there. And if it's a bunch of people talking about you and they keep saying your name, that sends out a negative vibration. And you get that through the atmosphere, whether you believe it or not. So that is one of the reasons that grounding and putting yourself in a protected white veil and shield of light and love, having a rainbow shower every day, like I imagine bright, sparkly, iridescent light coming over me and taking away all that negative energy. Those are practices that people should really get into more and more if you're experiencing still a lot of triggers. I am so unaffected by other people's energy when it comes to me and what they have to say about me. Honestly, all I've been doing is like, that's hilarious. Honest, hilarious. I finally posted a meme yesterday because I just thought people think they have so much control over other people. That's so 3D to me. I'm like, who are you to go troll on people and tell them, you think you're right and you're right and they're wrong? That's just so narcissist to me. I'm like, get over yourselves. Like, come on, have the understanding, do some work. You wouldn't be sitting there so fucked off with people, I guess. So yeah, I don't have time for that negativity either. I just think, yeah, honestly, I don't care. And what I did on Christmas, I literally sent out as many I love yous as I could to as many people that, maybe I don't talk to all the time, but I don't know. I love you. I love you. It's all it is. Unconditional love, love and light. Oh, I got a big string. Just pull one thread. Oh, that's actually from sewing. I guess it was wrapped around my button. You're welcome for that little tidbit of thread. Pull a thread and look what happens. It all comes unraveled. So, thank you, Marissa. I appreciate that. Yes, you're the boss of the universe twice over. Yeah, I know. So this is the thing. I saw here's the I laughed at one of my friends, and you know who you are. I just laugh because sometimes we still need to say our opinion, because people aren't really hadn't heard us the first time. But she used the word mansplaining. And I'm like, I love you. Calling people guys out for what they do sometimes. So I posted a picture. I know that was two osprey that were flying over my building because I know where their nest is, just right over here. And they were brown and white flecked on the bottom. I did not think they were anything but osprey. They're quite big. Like their wingspan when they're fully open is like 5 to 6 feet wide. They're like huge. Anyways, I even got told they were eagles. And I'm like, I still don't think they're eagles. Sorry, Mike, I don't think they're eagles. I think they're osprey. So it doesn't matter what they are. But yeah, uh, little man syndrome. Yeah, that's some dudes have that LMS. But oh, I didn't get an I love you. Oh, I love everybody. Who did I miss? Anyways, I'm trying to. Oh, you saw an osprey yesterday while you're driving to the rally. There's a big nest along the river. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about, Samantha. So, and they do keep their territory. It's quite a wide range of territory. I'd have to look that up, but I think it's at least 5 or 6 kilometers their territory for hunting. So, they fly over the building a couple doors over because there's magpies and some other lovely creatures that nest up there. So I think that's what they're hunting for. I went for a walk yesterday too. It was really so nice. Yeah, people living in fear. That's true. Exactly. So I'm gonna do a little painting here. Not much today, but I will finish this. Oh, don't worry about being late. You're never late to my show. You're exactly when you're supposed to be here and the time you're supposed to be here. That's what I think. I always look what kind of lid I'm painting on. Oh, I'm using the rice pudding one today. So, how was everybody's holidays? Did they have an enjoyable time? I know most of you weren't with your family. Oh man, I gotta put this upside down. Um, oh, that's nice. Uh, I love it when people say they went for walks. Oh, come on now. Well, that's about the way I need right now until it falls to the bottom. So I have this really old paint that I'm gonna try and use up because I swear I don't even know if I'll be able to get the lid off. I have to cut it. Oh, yes. The shit makes sense. You're never late. Oh, I love you guys. You're just awesome. Oh my God, this is really old Pete. My yikes face. I don't even know if I can use this. See what happens when you don't paint often? Your friggin' paint dries up. Yep, nope, this is done. Oh, maybe there's some part. Like it's really dried, without question dried. No, well, maybe a little bit. I'll just have to mix it. This is how green it is. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, that's nice. Spent most of the day with your twin. Oh, holy crap. Well, there you go. Poured rain. Where do you live, Terry? That it poured rain? Oh, you have a 3 and a 5-year-old, so it was magical. Yes, yes, yes. No single showed up, but all the family did. Nice. Uh, I'm just, I can't just show that one. So, Summit just staying home was the best. Oh, Vermont. Raining in Vermont. Oh, that would have been kind of pretty. Vermont is pretty, isn't it? Every picture I've ever seen of Vermont is pretty. Oh my God, this green is so dreadful. It's like the worst green in the whole wide world. It's just because it's hard. Oh, Kelly's in Vermont too. Yay. Yay, 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 yay. It's pretty in Vermont. So I'm just adding some highlights to the trees here. Nothing too fancy or schmancy. Because I'll go over it again with some darker colors here. Maybe I should have a different brush. Ah, it's because this green paint is such a clump of crap. I don't want so much white on my brush. I gotta find another green, kids. Is this green? I think green. This is actually my favorite kind of paint. Besides, oh, this one might be just. It's been a while since I've used my green paints. So I do like Liquitex paints for doing pours because they give a really nice shine. I'm gonna have paint everywhere today. Yes. I like Quiet of the Winter too. Oh, and I like Washington. Yes, I've been to Washington a number of times. Holy shit. Paint everywhere. So over this with green. No, that's more like it. I love winter, but I'm not gonna lie, one of my favorite times in my life was going to Greece last year. I love Greece. I love Greece. I love my friends in Greece so much. I miss them. Um, I have a sister there. She's one of the most lovely persons I've ever met, and so funny. Like we have such a great time. She's like a little baby sister, and I can never pronounce her name right, and she lets me call her Ava. It's I gotta get the correct spelling of it, or I'm gonna, and you guys can phonetically pronounce it if you have any Greek people on your page. See if it comes up here. There we go. So it's Evagelia. Okay. And so it's Eva, but I call her Ava. Evangelia. I can't even say it. It's like my English name a little bit. But yeah. Anyways, cannot pronounce it. She's a beautiful human. But she's we went she took me last year on she asked me if I wanted to come to her place. I had met her in Amsterdam a few years before. And so I said, sure. She goes, how long do you want to come for? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. How long should I? And it was the end of July, beginning of August. So I thought for sure I was just going to die some small death. Ava. Yeah. So it was 27 to about 35 degrees. And her apartment, she lives in Thessaloniki, and I could literally see Mount Olympus when I sat on her patio. And it was the most beautiful cityscape of just antennas and old buildings. Everyone lives in an apartment there in the city. No one lives in a house. Like there's no houses. It's flats and condos, and all your neighbors know who you are. And I just thought it was the most amazing old building. Like it was kind of really cool. But I loved how hot it was, and then you could just go into the ocean or the Aegean Sea, I guess I was in. I don't know. And we went swimming, and oh, it was just beautiful. So I'm just adding some little flecks of green to all these trees that I put shadow on before. And you can, on some of these trees, I like putting dark blue too. I'll put a dark blue in there. So Greece is literally, to me, it looks like the Okanagan region, if you've ever been in British Columbia. And the hills are just rolling hills full of olive trees and fig trees. Really beautiful. But the number one thing I loved about Greece was the hospitality and the people. Like, just amazing. The second thing I thought was cool is everybody's playing in the playground, like with their kids at 11:30 at night. 11:30 at night, the playground is friggin' packed. I'm like, these parents aren't worried about. No, 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 no. Everybody's pretty safe there, and yeah, it was really that part I thought was really interesting and cool. So is that everybody was playing at the playground at certain hours, and it's only the tourists walking around at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon when it's hot out. Everybody else is like doing what they should be doing. People sit and have dinner for like 5 hours. When you go for dinner with friends, the other thing I loved is community food. So you could tell the people who weren't living, who were tourists there, and the people who weren't. People who were tourists, if they love Greek salad, they would each order a Greek salad. Dude, you're getting a plate like this of Greek salad, of salad. It's just called. So, but you share food and it goes on for hours, and then you sip this stuff, which I didn't know. It's so beautiful. If anybody gets a chance to go to Greece ever here, just seriously, it's so worth it. So worth it. So I loved it. It was beautiful. I do think Canada has some really good hospitality too. But for those, uh, it's more out in the country. People in the city are more keep to themselves, I find. That's why I think it's funny when I put those muffins downstairs. I don't think a lot of people are used to grandma style in the city. It's like, oh, somebody cares about me. Yes, they do. So I think we need more of that sharing and caring. Um, well, it makes sense because like Ava says, she's like, I go, you know all your neighbors here? I said, that's awesome. She goes, yeah, well, I'm a single lady living alone. I don't want to not know my neighbors. And they all share stuff. Like I'm talking a cup of sugar isn't just a cup of sugar. Like they all have a really good relationship. And you know, they accept each other. Like I just find it's more less judgmental, I think. I didn't really find a lot of judgment from being in Greece. The place I found judgment most from people when I was there, hands down, Paris. They were just seriously did not like me in Paris. Well, I was there with dreads and tattoos all over my body, and I don't look like I belong in a Chanel ad with their like Vogue little cigarettes and bicycles and shit. Yeah, Greece was nice, wasn't it? Yeah, I would go back and stay in Greece forever if I could. I would. And I love Costa Rica too. That's probably my next second place for hospitality and unconditional love. I loved it there for that. So made some happy little trees here, some happy little shading in, and do a happy little bush down in the front here. Because there's those naughty little, what are they? Not spruce. We always have these spruce things here. Cedar, that's what I'm thinking of. Cedar bushes that they stay kind of green all year round. Round. My it's pulling on the canvas, so it's dry. So yeah. Um, yeah, judgy is just wish my city was in Greece. Actually, Greece, one thing Greece is known for, and it kind of disturbs a lot of people when they show up there, but the whole country is so corrupt. Seriously, it's corrupt. The police, everything's corrupt there. When you go to take out money, you have to get it from a Bank of Greece, the Bank of Greece, nowhere else. Otherwise, they charge you 18%, like a friggin' credit card to take money out of your bank. It's so nuts. So, and there's a lot of people who do graffiti. So if you do not like graffiti, don't go there. I personally love it. I don't care about graffiti. I think that's the way that a lot of people are communicating in Greece. So there's a lot of friends I know there that Greece. Yeah. Yeah. Art is life. Oh, when did I start doing art? Um, uh, Actually, to be honest, I professionally in the last since 2014. Wait, I had to think about this. 6 years. I've been a professional drawer for, yeah, 6 years with portraits, and then I've been kind of effing around with paintings for about 10 or 11. I started later in life. I did murals in my kids' houses or my houses when I lived with my kids and stuff. But yeah, I you can start at any time. It's not hard. Right, Lowell, you can practice. Lowell's been sending me some pictures, so has everybody else. Um, oh, this is what I was going to mention. I am trying to do a year in review and charts in the next week. Okay. So just bear with me. I'm thinking about how I'm going to do it, how long it's going to be, but it'll be a year end Raven Moonstone special. Okay. So I was going to do either a short one with the charts for people to wake up or a long one kind of explaining why I think the way I do, just basically through the charts that I've learned this year, mixed with the other stuff that I've known but yeah. Um, yes. Yes, I have been woke a long time. uh, I think it's just a matter of perception at this time to how woke you are considering what's going on in the world right now. I mean, they used to use that term woke for if you called someone a they or a them in Canada. I'm so woke because I know that they're a they and them. I'm like, that ain't woke, dude. Hate to tell ya, hate to break the news, but so what I'm doing now is I just put a little bit of white on my brush with some green. So it would look like snow dropped here and there and highlighted. Not and I'm just touching up the tips of the branches or where I would think the tips are. Tips. Yes, I said tips. And how you do it, I don't know if you can see that there's white in the middle of the brush. So when you push it into your paper or into the canvas, it's just putting like it'll push the white paint to the top of the thing. Yeah. So that it looks like there's snow. See how I did that? Put a blob of, I don't know if you can really see that in the light here. Try and turn up my light. See if that helps. Hopefully that helped a little. I don't know why it was so dark. Probably because I like mood lighting. There. Some happy little snow bombs on here. And it helps when you hear the little, it's like, oh, look. And again, I'll show you how to, I just literally push it so it's kind of angled down, and I just get it on the top of the brush. So it just makes a happy little line. And Kelly and or Wes, if you're watching, this painting is for you. Yes. Yes, it exactly. Got to make that. It's very helpful. So what are you guys' thoughts on doing a year in review? You think that's a good idea? If I do the year in the review, though, put that upside down. It works better when you push it up. I don't know why. More control. Kelly, you got to practice. You got to practice. That's the key. Practicing. Do a long one. Okay. You think I should do a long video about, will you guys take notes if I do a long video? I was actually talking with Amelia yesterday because she's my executive assistant. That's the only way to put it. She's helped me with a lot of stuff from the beginning of summertime till now. And she's been at almost every rally. In fact, she's missing some of her equipment from the last month. It's gone missing, and she's tried to get answers about where it is, and nobody's getting back to her. So you have Amelia's microphone and speaker wire. Can you give it back to her, please? If you're listening out in the universe. There. I'm going to just do some darker bush right here. Darker bush. That's funny. You're welcome. You're welcome for that. Oh, not too dark, but some. I don't change my brush very often. I'm sure that pisses people off if they're proper painters. And I do mean proper painters, like you follow all the rules of art school. I've never gone to art school. I took beginners art in grade 11. This is something I think I painted in grade 11. Yeah, you like that joke? You're welcome. So I'm just defining my little happy little bush here. And this one in front here too, giving it some anchoring down color and some definition. Again, it doesn't have to be anything spectacular. You can make the even if you push your brush on like this and do this, you make happy little bushes. See, look, happy little bushes. They don't have to be perfect. It's just you're just marking territory. A little bit more green up in. See how it just, even if you smush it and it comes out, it looks like they're just cedar branches hanging down. So, yeah. And always remember the one thing is you can't have dark without light. Yeah. I think I missed an episode of Raven. This picture happened out of nowhere. You're funny. Aslan, I started it at the end of, I think it's Ascension Painting 2. I did this part, and then when did I paint this one? The second layer, I think, was on Christmas Eve. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, adding green and white does give it a lot of depth. So I've only used one color of blue. There's a little bit of purple on my brush and white. And then I used black and white and did the whole thing black and white, like even all these trees to just put it into perspective. And now, yeah, just simple green and white on, and then you're giving, yeah, definitely some more definition to the branches and just where snow. And it doesn't honestly, if you look at a Bob Ross painting closely, you will not see perfection. He does the same things we do. So, but you just gotta, Rainbow Warrior, trace your hand and just start doodling in it. Practice with the thing. Don't be out of control, but just practice whatever's in your hand over and over again. Just paint a little scene inside your hand and start like that. Get some cheap paints from the dollar store. Do not make it serious. Like, seriously, not serious as well. I'm spooky, Daryl. Oh, you're funny. Okay, so now I'm gonna take a look at this. I always like adding a little bit more light to try and catch the eye in certain places. Plus, this is a snowy scene too, so I mean, there are some bushes hanging out and snowed on, but do it even a happy little tree here. Do, 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 do. This one called a little more snow. But do not like take yourself seriously when you're painting at all. It shouldn't be like, oh, I need to do this or that first. I'm like, what do you want to see and where? And then it gets kind of easier after that. Like, how'd that look? I'm going to give these trees a little more dose of snow while I have it on my brush. Do. Gotta do the I haven't even decided what I'm going to put in the front of this. Happy little snow trees. Happy little snow trees. Oh, fear of the unknown in depths of the oceans. Oh, that would be cool. Okay, so this is only like a dark green and white. I think I'm gonna just put a little more snow up here. Look at the crevasses. Crevasses. There. That looks a little better. There now, that looks like a good whack of snow. Oh, even my brush has turned into, I gotta show you this up close. Because if you push on it the right way, I don't know if you can see, they turn into little, it looks like little pieces of tree branches for real. Fun. Kind of like little fish. Yeah. That's pretty. That's pretty. There we go. What do you guys think so far? I hope my building's nice and quiet today. I do want to get ready for this show. I just don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm going to have to go for a big, long walk in a smoke today and figure that one out. Oops. So, you liking this so far? Okay, good. Lots of light in a couple of places. Sometimes I just go back and add a little bit of darkness. Um, again, to provide just a smidge more depth if it looks too, uh, that looks better. Yeah. You're loving it. Good. Just keep swimming, 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 right? Oh, do, 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 do. Okay, thank you. Now, I'm gonna probably just clean my brush off. Actually, I'm gonna get another brush and I'm gonna use just white here. And I'm gonna blend in my, make my little snow heaps now. And you don't have to be perfect. Snow is not perfect. The drifts of snow. And if you have a little bit, you could put a little bit of black on here too right now. And I mean a very little bit. I'll put some on in a second. I'm gonna do a little trail. Oh shoot, I forgot my two little instruments. Give me 1 second. Okay, this is going to be super fun. Somebody, you look like a faceless. Okay, so just a smidgen of black. I'm talking. Come on, like that much. That dot. Not very much at all. You shan't need much. So I dragged my brush through the black, so it's quite black right now. Quite gray, I should say. Now I'm going to dip it right into the white. So I'm just giving it a little bit of shadow in the snow drifts right here. And I do mean a little bit. Have you guys ever been like snowboarding or skiing and not seen the snow because you have white blindness? Yeah, I broke this tooth in the front. I couldn't see the snow because it was so incredibly bright, and I wiped out not seeing this big mound right in front of me, and I face planted so hardcore. And this is only just white and a little bit of black. So I'm going to try and get rid of all the black and just focus on as much white as I can. But I'll go over the white again when it's dry. This is just to give some definitions and snow drifts. Okay, so I'm going to show you this funny little thing I wanted to try. I don't know if it's going to work, but I thought that it would be the right size. So I can make them happen. Hold on. Okay, so I need a smidge more white. I just got again somewhere else. Okay. Okay. All right. So I got 2 Q-tips. My 2 Q-tips. I want to make some footprints. So I'm smearing them in the, I've never tried this, so maybe this won't work. Who knows? And I want to do them like little boot prints. So I'll have to hold them. Maybe they'll be good like this. I'm gonna hold them firmly. So like somebody's trudging through the snow. And I'll probably have to put some white paint over them. Like I don't think those. No, I'll have to do it with a brush. Actually, I'm gonna use my Q-tip. There, that works better. Like somebody's walking on a path. And if you get lots of paint on it, that's okay too. Maybe I should make a snow angel. That would be pretty. These are really looking like footprints, but what else? Clomp, 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 clomp. Maybe they stood there and took a picture. Who knows? I don't really like them. So if you don't really like something, it's a happy little accident. All I did was take a Q-tip now, put white paint on it, and rub it over the spot. Real simple. There, that looks actually better. I like that better. Now it still looks like footprints, but just not as liberal. There, Q-tip painting 101. That was kind of weird. Whatever. Oh yeah, I wanted to see if I had a little bit. No, I don't. Wow. Since we don't have brown, I'm just gonna take a little teeny bit of my brush, and I mean a very little bit, and I'm gonna mix the crappy green dried mixed with a little bit of black, so it's like really dark green. And then I'm just gonna highlight these a little bit, and I mean a very little bit. I'd rather have more black than anything here. So it's kind of like a weird gray, opaque green, I guess. And I'll add some, again, it's just giving it a little bit more depth than it had before. And don't have to be perfect. And I'm talking, it's very black green. This brush sucks for doing tree branches. Oh well. There. Okay, now my last finishing touch. Wetness on my brush. I'm just gonna put a couple teeny weeny tree branches up here. More definition. And a little bit of the dark green again. Oops. Black. I'm talking a smidgen. Just a scooch. You know what would be really cool if I got to learn how to use Uh, oh, thank you. Um, oh, you guys are so nice to me. Seriously, seriously, nice. I like hanging out with you guys too. I wouldn't do this if I didn't feel like you guys weren't on my vibe. Just do a smidgen of the gray, just again to give it some highlights and here. And after I'm done this, I'm gonna go for like a majestic walk outside. I like giving trees more character after the fact. I don't know. I kind of put them in their place. Then I tell them what to do afterwards. I had a fantastic, like, this is probably the most relaxed Christmas I've ever had. I'm, I didn't have anyone to answer to. I just freaking loved it. I couldn't even imagine dealing with kids right now in this time, in this place. I'm so grateful my kids are grown up. Had I known then what I know now, I don't know if I would even had kids. I love my kids. So, some happy little bushes and trees. Nothing in life in nature is absolutely exactly replicable, replicatable, whatever that word is. So keep your hand light and loose. There we go. The majestic, mighty oak. Okay, now I'm going to put some bloobs of snow and crevasses here on just the tips of the branches in some spots where snow might gather and pool. Doesn't have to be lots either because these are just trees in the background. But see how easy it is to do with like just a few paint colors. It doesn't have to be like an ordeal. There. I think I'm going to call this painting almost done pretty soon. Let's put a little more shadows up here. A little more snow. Whoopsie, shit. See, and you can just cover it up with some paint. You have a like, whoops. Just put some paint on it. And all you're doing with these are kind of just creating a little more definition in your mountain. Not, and again, no mountain top is perfect. Lob some paint. Happy little mountains. And some white here. Some more white right here. I like those mountains. Like, you know that they're full of snow, but they might be hidden in the clouds a little bit. I'm using up all my white paint, so. Ta-da! Well, they're doing some work next door. There, that's my happy little painting for today. What do you guys think? Happy little trees. Oh, holy, I blabbed for an hour and a half. Geez, smoke time and coffee time. So I'm going to do a quick little card reading before I get the flock out of here. Haven't even picked up my deck yet. What do you guys think my cards are going to be today? What do you think we're going to gather for today? Maybe some boundary cards again. Who knows? Like, make sure I've got no paint on my hands when I my cards. When the red robin comes pop along. I like mountains. I do too. All right. Thank you. This is a happy little painting. This one's for Kelly and Wes. It's for you guys. Yay. So you think it's about growth today, Lisa? Let's place ourselves in some. I'm reading these cards. Always get asked. Robins, the stag and the bee. Lowell, I think you've pretty much watched every card reading. So let's place ourselves in our highest of selves so that we may clearly see, think, feel, and know. This one popped out. I don't know what it is. The divine messages that wish to come through this reading. I'm going to do 2 today on this 3 pops out. I'm going to stop right soon. There we go. 11:11. Hey. Okay. So the one on the top, and the one that fell out. So we have a stag and bee. Da, 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 okay, Lisa, put your cards out in the sunlight for a day or two and tap them out, touch all the cards, bless them. Okay. So, first card. Oh, I love this card. So, it is letting go, number 44. Great message for today. Ooh, I love it. My favorite card in the deck, the Lady of the Lake. So it is number 8. And you guys, guess what? The letting go card is 44, which is 8. And the Lady of the Lake is 8. Yay. Yes, that's, I think, a different energy, Lisa. You can, I picked out these cards myself because this Lady of the Lake is kind of like the painting I just painted. But I gave my friend money to buy them, but she blessed them right there. But I really don't think it matters because I probably bought several decks of cards myself. So here's the message for today. Number 44 is letting go. Releasing attachments, expectations, and desires yet unfulfilled. These are some of the aspects of this card. When you receive this marker on your path, required to relinquish control and allow the mystery to act as she will weave life together as it meant to be, according to the laws of the cosmos. Cannot force something to come or to remain if its true place is elsewhere. Remember that yours can never be taken away. Allowing is the key for this marker, for what is yours will come to you. The same applies to the past. This is the time to let go of old hurts, resentments, unresolved anger, for they no longer welcome burdens on the path ahead. Old and outmolded ideas about life, how you see others, and who you are based on who you were, these must also be left behind. I love this card. Then you can move forward with unencumbered, stepping into the magic of the new present that leads to the possible future. Boop, boop. Love it. Actually had that conversation yesterday. Lady of the Lake appears or represents, the highest order of respect for yourself and the manner in which you operate within the world around you. She is the harsher element of truth, where denial is swept away by tidal wave of events. Okay, that's so funny because that's exactly what somebody said yesterday, is that they are in denial. In the ancient legend of Avalon, the Lady of the Lake presented Merlin with the sword of truth, which had been claimed by Arthur, who became High King of Britain. The magic that wielded this metal was fired by the will of the goddess. Consequently, when Lady of the Lake appears, she demands nothing short of total truth and integrity, and asks you to be mindful of all the signs, signals, and omens that present themselves to you. This is not a time to second guess. If a signal appears, be assured that a challenge has been presented. Moving forward without acknowledgement of the challenge will result in unnecessary difficulties. If the sign is to move, she pushes you to act. Do so, for a victory is imminent. Regardless of your question, the message is to take care when the Lady of the Lake appears, as serious business is at stake. The lady reminds you of your personal responsibility in shaping your reality and its consequences. Seek the sword of truth within yourself, and great success will be yours. Have courage, for when the lady appears, the strength of Avalon is behind you in support for your quest as wholeness and abundance. Oh, yeah. I love it. Surrender to love. That's what that means right there. In your absolute truth, courage, self-respect, and responsibility. That's really what I believe that message was all about today. So I really appreciate everybody's time for popping in and hearing the chit chat catch up of the day. And I'm encouraging you, as I do every day, not only to do your own research, but to please be creative on your own and find some time. This is very therapeutic and very helpful for me to calm my energies. The more time I spend creating, the less time I spend worrying. So, art therapy and changing your frequency and sound based on just focusing on the vibration and creativity of color and joy really affects change in your own personal frequencies. I honestly believe that. So I've been teaching art for a couple of years now. Most of my kids have been little kids, but little kids, let it go. Adults, you need to let go of your thoughts of controlling anything. I think that's what that card was for too. Let go of the fact that you have control over what's going to come out on the canvas, because we don't know where we're going to be tomorrow. Even in our energy shift, we're all about co-creating and manifesting the type of world that we want to live in. So I really love those two cards. I love how they played into this energy that we've been creating here, and keeping everything happy. So I think the art therapy is definitely the way to go in the future. So practice, light warriors, practice, 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 because you can be like, well, honestly, the one thing I enjoy telling people is I did not learn how to draw a portrait until I was 40, 45 years old, somewhere in there. I had to practice. I didn't even pick up pencils. I didn't even think I could draw like that. But you can train your mind to do anything you want. I honestly believe that you can train yourself to do anything you want if you put enough um, effort into it. So, yes, great. Yay, t-shirt printing business. Like, let's all be creative and work together. So I love you guys, light and love for you for the day. I don't know when I'll be doing my compilation video, but it will be a long one. And I'm trying to tie in as many aspects with, I have two different ways of doing it in my head right now. One, my first way is to put up blank pieces of paper here and then explain as I go through my charts. The other one is to just take all of the charts, put them up here, and go through them sort of one by one chronologically. So it's kind of hard to gauge which would be easier for me to help people. So I'm working on that in my, no, I don't need any advice on which way to do it. That's the problem, because it's supposed to be just a way to channel the information. So I know what helps people is the chart. So making sense of everything connect is really what's most important to me. So once I figure that out, I usually have success. So I had this much anxiety before I did Beginning of Greatness Part 2. It was like, or actually 1 and 2, when I did that whole video, it was just like, I want to be able to say this the right way without um, screwing people up. So yes, everybody tap into your art therapy right now over the next week or two, because I really do think that is going to be one of the other ways that we're going to help people create and accept what's happened in this world by explaining it through our emotions in an artistic sense. So yeah, everybody loves giving art advice. Oh, always, always. I remember when I put up my very first picture of Jimi Hendrix, some guy's like, yeah, you could do some more shading. And I was like, dude, this is like the second freaking picture. Come at me, bro. But I don't think before I took criticism very well. And now it's like criticism is just like everybody's a critic. Who cares? So but yeah, I just keep it simple. That's really what it's all about. So I'll show you this close up. Oh, I should sign it while we're all here together. That would be a nice thing to do. I think I'm gonna actually get my silver pen and sign it in silver. So I worked in an art gallery too. That's what I was doing last Christmas at this time. Was working. I was volunteering at nonprofit art gallery. And I met a lot of people that way, but I gave probably 50, 60 hours and lots of money. I'm thousands of dollars to just keep myself going in that art gallery. So yeah, shading, he's not trained properly. Exactly. People always have something to say, but anyways, I'll show you this up close so that everybody can see all the mountain there. I made Nipple Mountain right there on the top. But just keep it really simple with, uh, yeah, just keep trying. That's all. Keep trying. So I think I'm going to do another one of these paintings from start to finish really quickly, like we did the sunset one, just because they're fun. But anyways, yes, I love you guys. Happy day for you all. Happy evening. Have a good sleep. I know I have not been getting some sleeps at all, so I'm gonna go out for a really long walk right now. It's almost 9:30, and enjoy my snow pants. My snow pants. Yeah, it's just black and white and a little color in between. That's pretty much life, I think. Sometimes it is what it is. So light and love everybody on your journey today. Don't forget your meditations, and just connect with source outside, however that looks for you, and keep your vibes and spirits high. Thank you for watching this whole entire video. I love you all. Like, I love the people who show up, all my friends that come to chat. So take care, everybody. Enjoy your magical day.